Hi guys, welcome to another video. Today I'll be doing Kevin Bacon's top 10 best movies. I think he's a very underrated actor. There's one film I have to give a quick shout out to that I thought for sure was going to make the top 10, but I couldn't squeeze it on. That film is Death Sentence. So go check that one out as well. But back to this top 10, let's get into it. So sit back, relax, let the show begin. Number 10 is The Big Picture. Released in 1989 and directed by Christopher Guest. I haven't seen this one in a long time, but I used to rent it a ton back in the day on VHS. Bacon plays an aspiring filmmaker who's about to get funded for his first picture. But of course, the corporate studios have a lot to say on how to make his film fit more their vision over his. It's a fun late 80s movie with an amazing cast and a lot of cameos. I also love the Hollywood filming locations, and it's fun to see the inner workings of the Hollywood system. This is an excellent hidden gem. Number 9 is Wild Things. Released in 1998 and directed by John McNaughton, I've always loved this film. It's just so much fun. The cast of Matt Dillon, Kevin Bacon, and Bill Murray, among many others, are top-notch. It's a thriller with a great twist ending. Bacon plays the detective in this film. It's just a wild ride, especially for first-time viewers. I love the look of the film, and the Miami filming locations are beautiful. Wild Things is always fun to revisit. Number 8 is Stir of Echoes. Released in 1999 and directed by David Coep, I've always loved watching this film around Halloween. It's got a great fall vibe to the film. Bacon in the film is hypnotized at a party, and when he wakes up, he starts to see a ghost in his house and becomes obsessed with finding out why he's seeing her. It's a great little horror film, and Bacon is excellent. It's one of my favorite supernatural horror flicks. It's a great time. Number 7 is Footloose. Released in 1984 and directed by Herbert Ross, Bacon was cast in John Carpenter's Christine, but later dropped out to take a chance on Footloose instead. The role would go to John Stockwell, who kind of looks like the Baconator. Footloose is a fun 80s flick with some great cheesy dance scenes, like when Bacon and his dance double go nuts in some old warehouse. But still, it's probably his most iconic role. It's got a fun young cast, and I love the small town and high school filming locations. Footloose is a fun one that I've seen many times growing up, but it doesn't hold up as good as it used to. Number 6 is Friday the 13th. Released in 1980 and directed by Sean S. Cunningham, Bacon isn't the main character, and Friday the 13th is one of his first films of his career. But you can tell in his scenes that he definitely can act, but he can't dive. I always laugh watching Bacon in his Speedo doing a belly flop. Also, his death scene is one of the most memorable. Friday the 13th is a classic, low-budget horror film, and I still watch it a ton today. Number 5 is Sleepers. Released in 1996 and directed by Barry Levinson, Sleepers is fantastic, although it takes on some pretty tough subjects. And only Bacon can take on a role like this and still be likable. Plays an abusive guard at the Wilkinson's home for boys. The 4 friends are sentenced there after a prank goes wrong, changing their lives forever. It's an all-star cast. The kid actors and adults are phenomenal. I love the 60s Hell's Kitchen location. The story is top-notch, and the narration by Jason Patrick throughout the film is fantastic. And finally, the scene where the 2 of the boys grown up now run into Kevin Bacon at the bar. I love the look on Bacon's face when he realizes who they are. It's an excellent film all around. Number 4 is The River Wild. Released in 1994 and directed by Curtis Hanson, I love this film. It's such a fun watch. And Kevin Bacon is excellent playing a criminal taking Meryl Streep and her family hostage while they raft down the gauntlet. John C. Reilly is fun too in the film, playing Bacon's partner. I love the overall scenery and Montana filming locations. This was a perfect role for the Baconator to play. He was in another movie called Whitewater Summer, where he does some rafting. That movie is just terrible. But maybe it helped Bacon get this role, who knows. But The River Wild is excellent. Number 3 is Murder in the First. Released in 1995 and directed by Mark Rocco, this film is awesome. Bacon plays a small-time thief who is sent to Alcatraz. Tries to escape, so he's put in solitary confinement for years by the warden Gary Oldman. He's amazing in this film as well. Christian Slater plays Bacon's lawyer. It's an excellent cast all around. The story's top-notch. I love the Alcatraz prison location. This is an underrated hidden gem. It's one of Kevin Bacon's best performances. Number 2 is Flatliners. Released in 1990 and directed by Joel Schumacher. I love this film so much. It's excellent. It's got a great cast all around. They play medical students, and on their off hours, they decide to experiment with death. But some lines are not meant to be crossed. It's got some creepy moments. I love the interaction between the cast, and the cinematography is beautiful. Kevin Bacon delivers a great performance. Flatliners is a classic. And number 1 is Tremors. Released in 1990 and directed by Ron Underwood, Tremors is a childhood favorite of mine. It's excellent. I love the small deserted town location, and the cast is just so much fun to watch. Kevin Bacon and Fred Ward have great chemistry. I love the look of the Graboids. There's just so many funny scenes. It's always a great time. Tremors is a classic that I've seen countless times. I don't think I've heard anyone ever say that they didn't like it. It's just too damn good. Anyway, so that's the list, guys. Let me know what you think. Thanks for watching. Take care. Bye.
I'm just a sitting here at midnight, and I'll be sitting here till noon. You see, my lady left me lonely. Yes, she did. Baby left me blue.
The funeral is about to begin, sir.
The Daigler.